It's Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with your grand reveal in Santee. We did it. All of you that voted, yes, you'll finish. Thank you. All of that positive energy really helped. We also had Julian here today helping out, which made all the difference in the world. It is such a village. This installation, I know it's like your children, you don't have a favorite. Every single installation I do becomes a favorite for me. I don't know what I'm doing or how it's going to look when I'm done. And I'm just so in awe every time. When I take into consideration the client's preferences and the client's likes or dislikes, and then I have to take into consideration the zone and the exposures and the microclimates and the borrowed landscape and all the different variables, the wildlife, the condition of the soil. There's so many things, and these were the choices that I made after all of those things were considered and everything went through a filter. This is what was left. So some new things. That Euphorbia variegated amok over there in the corner is new. I don't usually use that plant, mainly because of its potential to get extremely big. But hey, in that corner, it can get as big as it wants. I've got no problem with that. Same with the Ferox. We've got I didn't, just because that's back in the corner, I still wanted it to look good. So I planted a Ferox back there, and then I did some work with rubble. Remember, I had 2 tons of rubble to spread today, and we got it done, and I did some really interesting things with it. This is a lot of chamois beige top dressing. So I softened it the way I generally do by adding my burgundy lava ribbons. And I think I did a good job on restraint. I feel really good about it. I just did enough to really make this garden pop and to make it look like it's been here for a long time. Here are our beautiful pots. Remember these pots I found at Waterwise Botanicals. The plants are courtesy of Brandon. Yeah.
Susan Morris.
Brandon Bullard, Desert Theater, and then Susan Morris, one of our followers and friends and clients, donated this beautiful variegated arborescence. That is just in there as a cutting. But of course, it will do just fine. So, I just thought these pots were exquisite. Then I also pulled one into the landscape proper just for a little bit, of bling. We got our flagstone in. Greg nailed the quantity. Hannah did go back to Waterwise and grab a couple of, I'm sorry, yeah, KRC grabbed a few more pieces so we can get a little more movement going through. But I'm super thrilled with the path, with the little splashes of tapestry that we did. And then you'll notice today, in addition to the top dressing, we have added the rubble. I can't stress enough how important that is in your designs to really take it to the next level. I think the rubble adds so much. And for this big of a project, we did use 2 full baskets, and I could have used another half basket. I could have got rid of another basket, but I'm happy with it. Over here, I made an executive decision last minute. There's another pot, and in that pot is a very stressed out Mangave kaleidoscope. Now, that kaleidoscope started out in my yard as a cutting a few months ago, and it has started to root. So I know it's going to be fine. It's a little bit pouty right now, but it's going to be perfect in this corner, and it does cover up all of the cords and all the hardware from the water fountain. Yeah, from our fountain and our irrigation. Yeah, that you can see. I wish you could all be here because it's beautiful in the video, but it doesn't compare to seeing it in person. This area out here that you're looking at right now is mainly specimen, with a few little tough tapestry plants thrown in the mix for just some added pops and colors. Hannah did this ribbon right here with burgundy, which I think is exceptional. Just again, just a little brush stroke in an area of the yard that was you know, look, there's not a lot going on, is there? There aren't a lot of plants.
There are like 3, 4 plants.
Yeah, just a few plants. Granted, these plants are going to get big, but right now we just wanted it to be exciting. So we staged this bench. I'm so happy with how this turned out. Yes, this is so perfect. The pebbles, this is polished pebble. We got this at KRC. Greg picked it out, and I think he did a great job with the pebbles. And this is a recirculating basalt fountain, so there is a basin in there full of water, and it just recirculates, and the client loves the flow of the fountain, and she can see it beautifully from her kitchen window or from right here at the bench. Take note too of where you see rubble, because a lot of it is not, it's not just for looks, it's also to shore up areas where it might be a little bit steep to keep the rock in place. Hannah did this burgundy all by herself, and I think she did an absolutely masterful job. This is such an interesting quadrant of the garden. You know, we mixed tapestry, we mixed xeriscape, we mixed, you know, succulent perennial, specimens. It's kind of all happening here. We've got, you know, this gigantic boulder. Yeah, it's just incredibly, incredibly diverse and so beautiful. And then as we move around the corner where it's shadier, we have softer and more delicate succulent tapestry plants. You know, we did work in the strawberry pot that was a gift from our client's dear friend. And then we did a little job right here of covering up a drain. Oh, it's been a day, hasn't it? It has been a day. And then over here, I, you know, added on this area in the back after the fact. We were only going to go to the corner of the house over here, but I just wanted to make it all the way to the patio. So obviously this area where the roses are, you know, is still in flux. That's not this phase, but I love the little copper bird bath here. And then we just took some rubble and, you know, just framed out our installation area so it would feel finished. And look at this giant rock and how incredible it looks and how seamless it fits in with everything else that we did back here. That looks so good. That was such a big rock, and it was just sitting there being a big rock. Yeah, so our client said that the birds have already found the garden, which is really exciting, and let's just hope that other wildlife does not. But we'll, you know, I told her, you know, we'll take it as it comes. We'll see how things go and make little tweaks and adjustments as needed moving forward. We have another couple of phases to do in this yard, and she is ready to go on those phases. So we'll be back here very, very soon as I can work her into the rotation to do yet another area in this incredibly beautiful yard. Shall we check out the barrel colony? Okay. We got Gordon hanging around. We also brought a pressure washer to clean the driveway. So Gordon helped us out. Thank you, Gordon, for working overtime. Got all of this clean. And yeah, and Greg just moved out his truck and trailer, so there's just a little detritus to clean up there. But oh my goodness, look at the finished barrel colony. So I had Gordon and Julian this morning working for a couple hours on this, top dressing, and then I came in and staged rubble. Area is really, really heavy with the rubble because it is a cactus garden and it just makes sense and feels good. So isn't it going to be fun to watch these cactus grow and knit together? We did irrigate the crepe myrtle, so hopefully the crepe myrtle will be even happier now that it's going to be getting some regular water. And that angustifolia from the Gleasons over there is just everything, isn't it? What a great end to that installation. So, so yeah, that's six days we spent on this project with a full crew, and you know, we had a few challenges and complications as we went, but you know what? We got it done, and our client is thrilled, and we're thrilled, and I guess I can say another one in the books. This has been Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity in Santee with your grand reveal and your succulent tip of the day. Bye, guys.